Good morning guys, thank you for watching my presentation today. Before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Fiqih Rizki and I am from accounting class R14. So in this presentation, we are going to talking about the plastic pollution. The purpose of our presentation today is to find out the best strategy, how to handle the plastic pollution, and to inform you about the effect of the plastic pollution. So I will insert picture in here so you can see. Look at the picture. There is a lot of plastic waste that scattered and piled up like a mountain. Clearly, there are so many concerns regarding about the plastic pollution. In this presentation, I will divide into two sections. The first section, we are going to talking about the effect of the plastic pollution, and the second section, we are going to talking about how to handle the plastic pollution. So let me start with the first section. Before I start the first section, I want to tell you a little bit about the plastic pollution. Plastic pollution, it is the accumulation of plastic objects in the earth environment that adversely affect wildlife habitat, and humans. Based on the size, plastic that can act as pollutants are categorized into micro, meso, and macro. Plastic are inexpensive and durable, and as a result, level of plastic production by humans are high. Moreover, the chemical structure of most plastic renders them resistant to many natural processes of degradation, and as a result, they are slow to degrade. Plastic pollution can affect land, waterways, and ocean, and living organisms like particularly marine animals as well as humans are also affected by plastic pollution. So let's start with the first section is effect of the plastic pollution. It seems rather obvious that this amount of material that is not meant to break down can wreak havoc on natural environment, leading to long-term issues for plants, animals, and people. Some of the major long-term effects of plastic pollution are: first, it upsets the food chain. Because it comes in size large and small, polluting plastic even affect the world's tiniest organisms such as plankton. And when the organism is become poisonous due to the plastic ingestion, this causes problems to the large animals that depend on them for food, and this causes whole slew of problems. It steps further along the food chain. Plus, it means that plastic are present in the fish that many people eat every day. The second one is groundwater pollution. Water conservation is already constrained in place, ranging from California to part of India. But the worst water is great dangerous because of leaking plastic and waste. If you're ever seen a garbage dump, imagine what happens every time it rains. Then imagine that being in your drinking water. Groundwater and reservoirs are susceptible to leaking environmental toxins. The third is land pollution. When plastic is dumped in landfills, it interacts with water and form hazardous chemicals. When the chemicals seep underground, they degrade the water quality when carry and deposit plastic from one place to another. Increasing the land litter, it can also get stuck on poles, traffic lights, trees, fence, power, and etc. And animals that may come in the vicinity and might suffocate them to death. The fourth is air pollution. Burning of plastic in open air leads to environmental pollution due to the release of poisonous chemicals. The polluted air, when inhaled by humans and animals, affect their health and can cause respiratory problems. The 5 is it kills animals. You can also see on TV ads over the years showing ducks or dolphins trapped in 6-ring plastic can holder. These items are still used and discarded en masse each day. Whether because the mass of plastic has displaced animals or the lead toxin has poisoned them. Plastic pollution does a lot of damage to the world ecosystem. 6. It poisonous. Man artificially makes plastic by using a number of toxic chemicals. Therefore, use of an exposure to plastic has been linked to a number of health concerns affecting people around the world. The process of the making, storing, disposing of, and just being around plastic can be extremely harmful to living things. The 7 is the last, or the 7, it is expensive. It costs millions of dollars each year to clean affected area after exposure. Not to mention the loss of life to plants, animals, and people. As land becomes more valuable, just finding a place to put garbage is becoming a problem in many parts of the world. Plus, excess pollution has led to decreased tourism in affected areas, significantly impact to those economies. So I insert the picture. This is the plastic pollution effect in cattle, effect in birds, effect in marine animals, and effect in corals. So I will next to the second section is talking about the solution to plastic pollution. Solution to plastic pollution, the reality is the one and only way to this problem can be addressed is by individuals and companies around the world agreeing to implement practice that reduce waste on every level. The tips for reducing plastic waste are: the first, stop-friendly. We can replace plastic bag that we can use every day with the reusable bags, and we can reuse plastic bag as much as possible. 2. Get rid of the bottled water. People is drinking a lot of water each day, and the plastic bottle is single use, so that means every time someone finishes the bottle, it goes into the trash. So we can use the reusable water bottles. And the 3, forget to get containers. Plastic food containers, lids, and utensils are all easily replaced by reusable container, so it can save our environment by a plastic pollution. 4. Educate business. We can speak to local restaurant and business about options that they can switch to for packing, storing, and bagging time. Many companies are starting to come up with excellent low-cost replacement like a bamboo utensil in place of plastic one. Get involved. Speak to lawmakers and get involved with government on any level, and see how many special interest groups have made it so that we are dependent on plastic without needing to be encourage development of items on proposed alternative when applicable. The last one is we can recycling everything. Try and select items that come in non-plastic, recycled, and recyclable packaging to do our best to properly handle items that can be reused. Check everything before we put in the trash, as more and more items are able to break down easily. Recycling plastic means that it will still plastic, just being used for a different purpose. Therefore, we are not actually reducing plastic amount of exposure, even the recycling process. So, thank you for your attention. So, that's it, all of my presentation. And the conclusion is, we can say that plastic pollution is so dangerous to our environment. So we can keep everything, and we can recycle the plastic and use a reusable shop bag and water bottle. So the environment will give a good return to us. Thank you for your attention. I will to answer all of your questions.